Our state is at the point in the budget crisis where dad calls the whole family around the kitchen table, announces that we are not going to Disney World after all, that he's canceling the HBO, and the dog is going to start eating store-brand food. The governor's bringing legislators back to the state capitol for a special session to fix the budget mess. Our Marshall Zellinger explains their options.
This is H.R. 1.
At a quarter a page, this prop just put Colorado's budget back another $750. That is how Democratic Governor Jared Polis alerted lawmakers they're back to work in 2 weeks to close an $800 million budget gap as a result of tax policy changes from a Republican-led Congress in Washington, which has taken Colorado from a Tabor refund year to cuts.
Every Coloradan was going to get a taxpayer refund. There was about a $300 million surplus based on estimates.
Now, Polis is asking lawmakers to use some reserve piggy bank money, make cuts in different departments, and close state tax loopholes that will bring in more money from corporations getting a federal tax break. But if there are loopholes, why aren't they already closed?
You know, when there's not an urgency to do it, I think people are less likely to do it.
For instance, an audit from March found that a tax credit for insurance companies is not incentivizing job growth like it was intended. Insurance companies that do a substantial amount of their business in-state or have a certain number of employees in Colorado get a state tax break. The audit found that between 2022 and 2024, 15 of the 18 insurance companies that got the tax break collectively saved $17 million while cutting 4,300 jobs.
We should make sure that tax policy is meeting the goals of what they're doing. And if tax policy isn't meeting the goal, we should eliminate those and see, are there other credits that we need to be able to do?
State Budget Director Mark Ferrandino estimated changing that tax credit would bring in $60 million in tax revenue. Because of Tabor, tax policy changes have to wait until the next tax year. So how does anything that has to wait until 2026 help this year's budget?
Because of how we do taxes, we look at that April 15th filing date, but that's not actually what happens. Companies pay quarterly payments on what they're doing, and they pay estimated payments. All of that's coming in through the year.
Because Colorado's budget is July to June, 2026 tax changes will still benefit half of the state budget year. There are other aspects of this special session, too. Polis has asked lawmakers to change state law to allow Medicaid patients to continue to use Planned Parenthood for non-abortion-related services, a change that was made at the federal level. And lawmakers are also being asked to tweak the Healthy School Meals for All ballot question to not only fund school lunches, but also pay for food assistance benefits, since the federal government is also changing the reimbursement on that.
If we really are checking the couch cushions for loose change, I recall that the governor was going to spend $8.5 million more in discretionary funds on that horrendous bridge idea that he no longer is going to follow through with. There's some money.
He spent $1.5 million on the schematics and all that stuff, and I believe that money could have been used toward this shortfall. So in reverse logic, the $7 million that wasn't spent could also go there.
It's never too late to make the right decision, Marshall. Thank you.